Hello everybody, Vibes of a Wildlife here. Welcome to another video where we dive into the heart, humor, and unexpected life lessons from the animal kingdom. Alright, let's talk about one of the toughest, most unbothered creatures on the planet, the wombat. You heard me. Not the lion, not the eagle, not some apex predator with a dramatic theme song. No, today's survival masterclass comes from a chunky, tunnel-dwelling, cube-pooping tank of an animal. Wombats don't look like much. They're stout, round, and built suspiciously like a fuzzy ottoman. But don't let the teddy bear face fool you. This little bulldozer is relentless. It's got armor for a butt, an underground fortress for a home, and a personality that says, "Try me, I dare you." So, why does the wombat win at life? Simple. It plays the long game. It's strategic. It's tougher than it looks. And honestly, it's kind of a genius. Today we're breaking down the elite survival skills of nature's most underrated powerhouse. Because if the world's coming at you full speed, sometimes the best move is to not move at all. Before we dive in, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Think of it as reinforcing your digital burrow. Helps keep this channel solid and impenetrable, just like a wombat survival strategy. Now let's get into it. Listen, if you had to bet on one body part to save your life, you probably wouldn't pick your butt. But that's because you're not a wombat. This little marsupial is packing some serious biological armor. A rear end made of solid cartilage. And not just some cartilage. This thing is dense, tough, and practically unbreakable. It's like nature handed the wombat a built-in riot shield and said, "Good luck out there." Now here's where it gets even better. When danger strikes, say a dingo with bad intentions, the wombat doesn't waste time running. Nope. It dives headfirst into its burrow and does the smartest thing possible. Blocks the entrance with its rear. Let's put this in perspective. A dingo, sharp teeth, strong jaws, a real menace, tries to take a bite, and what does it get? A mouthful of pure frustration. Biting into a wombat's backside is like trying to chomp through a concrete wall. It's not happening. The wombat, completely unbothered, probably waiting for the dingo to give up and go rethink its life choices. And just when you think it couldn't get more savage, here's the kicker. Wombats can actually use their reinforced butts as weapons. If a predator gets too close, they can slam it against the tunnel walls like a furry wrecking ball. Imagine getting bodied by a wombat in a confined space. Not a great day for the dingo. Moral of the story? Never skip leg day, but if you're a wombat, butt day is the real MVP. If wombats had a LinkedIn profile, their top skill would be tunnel warfare. These little architects don't just dig holes, they engineer underground fortresses. Picture this, a maze of tunnels, hidden entrances, multiple escape routes, and cozy little chambers. It's part bunker, part getaway plan, and 100% genius. If a predator comes sniffing around, the wombat simply disappears like an underground ninja. 1 second it's there, the next, gone. Meanwhile, the dingo is left standing there, looking confused, questioning its career choices. But here's where things get really impressive. These burrows aren't just a safe house for wombats, they've saved entire ecosystems. During Australia's brutal wildfires, desperate animals, wallabies, echidnas, even small reptiles, have escaped the flames by taking shelter inside wombat tunnels. The wombat? Completely unbothered, just casually allowing guests like some grumpy yet accommodating landlord. Did it do this on purpose? Maybe not. But does it make the wombat an accidental hero? Absolutely. While other animals panic in the face of danger, the wombat just chills in its temperature-controlled underground mansion, unknowingly saving lives. So let's recap. Expert strategist, unshakable under pressure, and an unintentional savior of the animal kingdom. Wombats don't just survive, they thrive. And they do it with zero effort and maximum efficiency. Alright, let's talk about something truly special. Wombats don't just survive, they leave their mark. And they do it in the most bizarre, yet effective way possible. Cube-shaped poop. Yes, you heard that right. Perfect little cubes. No other animal on Earth does this. And before you ask, no, they don't have square butts. Their intestines actually shape the poop into cubes over time. That's right, the wombat is out here engineering geometric masterpieces with its digestive system. Now, this isn't just some weird biological glitch, it's strategy. Wombats use their cube poop as territory markers, and the cube shape keeps it from rolling away. Think about it. If you're trying to let the world know, this is my land, stay out. You don't want your message tumbling down a hill. That's just bad advertising. So instead of vague, easily misplaced droppings like other animals, wombats leave precision-crafted, high-traction poop blocks right where they need them. It's like nature's version of a no trespassing sign, but scented. And honestly, It's a flex. Other animals are out here marking their turf the old-fashioned way, and wombats are out here stacking their way to dominance. Efficient, effective, and just weird enough to be iconic. At this point, the wombat isn't just surviving, it's running a masterclass in tactical poop placement. You ever see a wombat just standing there looking like it forgot why it walked into the room? Yeah, don't be fooled. This little tank might seem slow, but when it decides to move, it moves. We're talking 25 miles per hour of pure, stubby-legged momentum. That's faster than most humans. Faster than Usain Bolt on a bad day. And definitely fast enough to send you flying if you're dumb enough to stand in its way. Now, speed isn't really a wombat's thing. It's not trying to win a race. It's playing the long game. This animal is built for endurance, not quick getaways. It doesn't need to run often, but when it does, it's like a furry bowling ball with no brakes. It can plow through undergrowth, crash through obstacles, and, if absolutely necessary, bulldoze its way through a predator. A wombat doesn't zigzag. It doesn't panic. It just keeps going. And that's what makes it unstoppable. A predator might have speed, but a wombat has sheer stubborn willpower. Chasing one down is like trying to fight a moving wall. Pointless and exhausting. It'll just outlast whatever's coming after it. And honestly, that's a pretty solid life strategy. Look, wombats aren't out here picking fights. They don't need to. When your entire existence is built like a furry fortress, you don't waste energy on petty battles. You just exist, stubbornly, unshakably, like a living, breathing boulder with attitude. Predators? Good luck. A dingo might give chase, but unless it's got a blueprint of the wombat's underground lair, it's not catching anything. And even if a wombat does get cornered, that's when the butt shield comes into play, slamming down, blocking the entrance, and turning an attack into a very awkward game of bite this indestructible wall and regret your choices. And when nature throws a real challenge, droughts, wildfires, habitat loss, wombats don't panic, they adapt. When water gets scarce, they slow their metabolism to a near energy-saving mode, stretching out resources like survival pros. When the land burns, their burrows become emergency bunkers, sometimes even giving refuge to other animals. Unintentionally wholesome? Maybe. But let's be real, wombats aren't running a charity. They just built something so solid everyone else wants in. If wombats had a motto, it wouldn't be fight or flight. It'd be I'll outlast you. They don't win by speed, strength, or aggression. They win by being too tough, too smart, and too annoyingly persistent to take down. That's the ultimate survivor mentality. Be unshakable, play the long game, and when the world tries to push you around, just plant yourself like a stubborn, cube-pooping legend and let it try. So what can we learn from the wombat? Be unshakable. When life comes at you, stand your ground, figuratively or literally, with your reinforced butt. Think ahead. Always have an escape plan, whether that's a career move, a life decision, or just dodging awkward small talk. Mark your territory. Maybe not with cube poop, please don't, but make sure people know you exist. And most importantly, never underestimate the underdog. Small, slow, a little weird, doesn't matter. If you play the game right, you still win. So next time you think of survival champs, forget the lions, the wolves, or any other animal with a Hollywood PR team. The wombat just outplayed them all. Now do what a wombat would do. Make your presence known. Drop a comment, like the video, and share it with someone who could use a little wombat wisdom. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe, because just like a wombat's burrow, this channel is a solid place to hang out. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time, stay tough, dig deep, and if all else fails, just sit there and let the world deal with it.